Hi, I'm Kushal, and the project I'm working on is based on India's agricultural crisis. I'm aiming to highlight and propose the need for a farmer's code. This is what the current scenario of the agricultural sector in India looks like. India's lands are infertile, there's a massive farmer suicide epidemic in the country, and the government is stealing from its own farmers. To understand what the farmers needed, it is important to understand what was happening within the agricultural sector and the historical factors which led to this. This is a brief timeline which explores the major developments and implications in the agricultural sector in India. Prior to colonization, although India's farming techniques were rural, the country was self sustainable. Once the British colonized India, they shifted the farmers' focus from food crops to cash crops. This in turn led to a lot of the lands to become infertile. Post independence, the agricultural sector recovered with the Green Revolution, bringing in new industrial methods of cultivation. This revolution didn't last long, as that's when the agrochemical revolution took over. This is when profit-minded corporations entered the market with their own motives. Coming to present day, the average monthly income of a farmer is 6,426 rupees, approximately $90, which is far below the poverty line. Additionally, India's agricultural sector, which once contributed to 50% of the national GDP, now contributes to only 15%. It's clear to see how far the agricultural sector has fallen and its direct implications on the life of a farmer. The major reason for the downfall of the agricultural sector is due to the agrochemical corporations. These are the five major agricultural lawsuits within the country in the past decade. The culmination of all of these lawsuits led to the issuing of the Farm Laws in 2020 by the Supreme Court. These laws were in favor of the corporations and took away what was left from the farmers. All of this showed me that there is a need for a farmers' court. The site I've chosen is located in India's capital, Delhi. The reason for this is because I wanted to propose a national judicial facility which will not only handle the farmers' cases but also regulate and amend rules of agriculture for the whole country. The site is located in the administrative heart of the city. The reason I chose this site is due to proximity of the Supreme Court of India and the Delhi High Court. The site is sandwiched between River Yamuna on the east and the National Railway line to the west, with farmlands across the river. This diagram annotates the interaction between the different proposed programs. The farmers being the priority, the proposal includes a courthouse and judicial body in charge of creating and amending laws. Additionally, the secondary programs which would include a seed bank, which would lean towards creating public awareness, and also a library. This is the program layout of the proposed programs and their functions within the site. You can see the primary and secondary programs and the interstitial spaces created by their interactions. Coming back to the site, I wanted a design to act as a hub for all the farmers in the country. With a national railway line and a national highway just around the corner, getting to the site shouldn't be a problem. This is an image of the farmlands on the outskirts of the city. I wanted to mimic the form and nature of these farmlands. The design strategy I've implemented is to design a farmer space with a circulation system inspired by their farmlands. I wanted to imbibe the organic features of these farmlands and implement them into the design, creating multiple layers of circulation and program. This is the final master plan. There are five different structures within the site, each with their own program and function, and the spaces between them acting as transitional plazas, all together creating a judicial campus. I wanted to connect the National Railway station to the design as well by incorporating a train station which would ease accessibility. The blocks towards the main road constitute more of the formal programs, and the ones toward the river are the informal ones. The courthouses are spread out within the site, each block housing a different type of court: agriculture, environmental pollution, and farmers' human rights violations. The park to the west of the site acts as a transitional space between the railway and the campus, transforming into camping grounds for the thousands of farmers coming to protest. The materiality of the structures was based on creating a fusion of monumentalism and transparency, which with large voids carving through these monumental structures, giving a sense of accessibility. These are the longitudinal sections of the design looking in from the road. Different blocks housing different programs and performing different functions. This is the final design of the judicial campus and a few renders to illustrate the different spaces in the design. Thank you.